Hey, what's up everybody? It's Mackenzie and Lila, and I'm here to talk about the Hartstead Homeland Meetup, whatever it's called. I've never been there, and I'm super excited to go to my first Homesteader Meetup, and it's in Grand Rivers, Kentucky. If you don't know, if you'd like for more information, I could lead you the way to where it's at. Leave a comment down below. In fact, why don't you all hit that like up, thumb down, whatever you want to do. Leave a comment down below and share this out. I got a goal to grow more subscribers and stuff. So anything you do like that is going to help out. Whether it's good or bad, I don't care. Just help a girl out. Anyway, I have a whole shoebox here full of seeds to give away. I ordered corn envelopes on Amazon that are going to be here Wednesday. And this meetup is going to be Saturday, the 10th, September 10th, in Grand Rivers, Kentucky. So I'll go through all the seeds in this box to give away. And I have my 2 puppies that need a home, because we have 3 dogs here. And these 2 puppies are just too many. And it's not that we don't want to give them away. It's their 3/4 pit bull, 1/4 lab, and we don't want them to go to bad homes. Somebody's going to use them as bait dogs or use them as fighting and teach them bad things. They're super sweet puppies. And for some reason, Lila and the puppies think that my Polish pullets are amazing. Okay? So they've been trying to play with that. They look at them and get all... I kick them and say no, and then now I say no, and they're starting to... And I don't kick them hard. No, I'm not... I don't abuse animals. We don't abuse animals, and we don't want anybody else to. That's why we're asking for a donation rehoming fee. They have their first shots. We didn't let them outside until they had their first shots because we were scared of parvo. Big one. They don't have their rabies vaccinations. We just went to Rural King and we administered them here ourselves. But I know everybody at the Hartstead home, yeah. If I could say it, Heartland Homesteader Meetup is going to have good intentions. We would be happy to give a puppy away. Now, if you choose to give us a little bit of money, we're not going to turn that down either. But we just want these puppies to have forever homes and be in good hands. These puppies aren't stupid. But the old chickens are old news. They've been around these puppies their entire lives. And then now my pullets are like super cool, evidently. And that's something I got to work on with my dog. She used to play with the baby horse. Now she's over it. The baby's old. The baby horse is old news. The pullets is where it's at. Thinking about getting an electric collar for her. And I never think to do that with my dog because she's so sweet, but yeah. Anyway, so I've got, like I said, coin envelopes to give away, and I have a whole shoebox full of seeds that I know I'm not going to use. Whether I've tried them before, they're given to me, and I know I'm not going to use them before they start to go bad. Because, yeah, I use old seeds, whatever, discarded seeds. And I've used seeds for, I'm honestly going to say, 3 years old. None older than that, because I haven't tried. My dad's always said, oh, you gotta buy new seeds every year. And I'm telling my dad, no you don't. my Chicago pickling cucumber plant, those are old seeds. Those are seeds I bought last year or the year before. And they're growing just fine up the patio furniture there. And I gotta redirect those vines. So, anyway, so I got some loofah gourd seeds here. Cosmic Pepper Challenge. I've tried to start these 3 times this year when I started my peppers every time this year. And yeah, I have 0 peppers. And I had peppers But before we had the garden fenced off, which I was trying to tell my boyfriend we gotta do, it's like, oh, the chickens ain't gonna bother your garden. Yeah, well, the chickens ate all my peppers. So that's why I got no peppers this year, even though I started. Look back on my videos. Shasta Daisies. Most of the land here is going to horses. Daisies is not on my list of things I need to grow on the little bit of acreage I've got. Coreopsis. It's also beautiful. I just don't need to grow it. I got different kinds of morning glories here. Some blue and some purple. From Burpee Seeds. And Blue Enchantment and Heavenly Blue. Chadwick tomatoes. These are cherry tomatoes. And I thought it was funny because it's really close to my boyfriend's first name. Just one letter. But I'm so in love with the cherry tomatoes I grew this year. I can't replace them, and so I'm going to go ahead and pass that on. Hartman's Yellow Gooseberry. Same thing here. I've never tried them, but I am dead set on the cherry tomatoes I got. Toothache plant. I guess when looking up in history, people grew this plant here in Kentucky and Tennessee. But I just don't have a need for it at this time, so I'm going to pass it on to somebody else. It is a heat-loving flower, okay? And it possesses numbing qualities when chewed and has other herbal uses. Yellow and red cone-shaped flowers. Yeah, toothache plant. You chew on them. It numbs your mouth up. I've read several good reviews on them. And I got them from my dad because he has, I can't remember what the exact diagnosis is. He has overactive nerves in his face. He thought it was bad teeth. He's had teeth pulled. He thought it was allergies. It's not it. It's overactive nerves in his face. So I thought about my dad when I ordered those seeds. And this was given to me by Beam Me Up Mr. Scott. Benguet's Wild Cherry. This is a tomato. Lupine. Beautiful flower. I just have other flowers I would rather grow. You know, there's nothing wrong with any of this stuff. Poppy, the Danish flag. Got a couple packets of these. And yes, I saved me a packet because I had like 3 or 4 packets. I think I saved one. I don't have a lot of space to grow flowers, and I still gotta figure out where I'm gonna plant flowers at, but I want flowers. So yeah, aren't these cool though? They're so different. Tansy. Perennial, fern-like aromatic leaves, fragrance reminiscent of camphor and rosemary, long history of herbal use. I don't know the use of tansy, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to soon, so I'm going to pass these along. If I do know and I find a use for them and I'm going to use them, I will buy them again. I just don't want seeds to go bad. There's a couple packets of those. Lemon basil. Yeah, those would be good in a cocktail or something, or in culinary dishes, but I didn't use a lot of my basil now because we have ready-made dried basil that we bought, and yeah, I gotta figure out better ways to plant my basil and my dill. My herb box didn't work out so good this year because it didn't have drainage. And then I planted basil along in the insides of the rows of my tomatoes, and I just have to have a better herb system. So I don't have room for lemon basil at this time. Greek oregano, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with it. But I have a vulgar oregano from Baker Creek that I'd rather grow because it's vulgar. It should be bigger, right? I don't know, but I'm passing these along. Got Butter Crunch lettuce. Bloomsdale long-standing spinach, and I did plant these out just recently. If you looked at my update part 2 video, I planted these in my little baby pool, along with Monstro de Virefeuille. another packet of those. And then another packet of those. Got lots of spinach for you folks, which is going to be great because the meetup is fall time, right? So then you can go home and plant them out. And the Bloomsdale long-standing spinach is supposed to be slow to bolt, so it would be great for spring planting as well, and it should last better off through the summer versus Monstro de Viraflay or some other varieties. And then Radicchio, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that variety. I just don't have room for this when I know I have other things I'd rather grow, like kale, spinach, Swiss chard, oak leaf spinach. And it's introduced in 1771 by the French company Vilmorin. Tasty leaves are similar in shape to an oak leaf, very hardy. This would be a great one to try. My Merlot seeds that Baker Creek sent me for free this year, those were my most hardy lettuce leaves I had. These are the only ones that stood, so I planted the rest of those out. I'm kind of heartbroken about this, but I will pass it along. Little gem lettuce. Cute little novelties here that grow little heads of lettuce. I just don't have the room for that. But they would be so cute and so cool to grow, wouldn't they? Like, look at this. I can imagine. I can imagine. Oh, here's some Monstro de Viraflay spinach. I'm going to stick that next to the spinach. I'm trying to organize my seeds here. Wasabi arugula. I grew the Japanese wasabi radish this year that was also a free seed from my Baker Creek, and that wasn't so much wasabi for me, just like radishes times 10. The spiciness. Cress, pepper. I just don't have room to try some of this stuff. I'm trying something slowly but surely. Then this is from the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, some cowpeas. Tall Telephone garden peas. Lincoln peas. I grew this in South Bend, if you remember, in 2021. And the Lincoln peas actually did really good for me. But I'm going to try my hand at something else. I got Abby that gave me Cascadia peas, and then I have some other, the Magnolia purple potted peas that I'm going to try. So I'm going to pass those Lincoln peas along. But Lincoln peas are excellent because you can use them as a sugar snap pea or as a shelling pea. So they're fantastic, and they tasted excellent. I have no complaints about them. I'm just ready to try something else. Look at my garden space. Sugar snap peas. I got 2 packages of those. Burpee stringless green pod right here. Ferry Morris green, tender green improved bush. Purple TP beans, which did okay for me. I thought they were beautiful, beautiful. They're semi-vining plants. I thought they were just gorgeous. They didn't produce a lot for me, but maybe somebody else could try it in their soil. It'll do, I don't know. I don't know. Give it a try. Burpees, cucumber, green dragon hybrid. Early prolific straight neck squash. Come on, we're in the southern states. We all need some of this, don't we? Long pie pumpkin. Don't have room for that either. Squash Atlantic giant pumpkin. Winter luxury pie. Gourd dipper. And this is one of those that they make those long handled things out of. I know we went to Land Between the Lakes and went to the 1850s farm, and they did have tools like this back there in their tool shed made out of these gourds, and that would be super cool to grow. I was telling my boyfriend, like, I'd like to have just an area for gourds because gourds are so much fun. You could take the kids and do crafts, and I love gourds. gourds are cool. You can make birdhouses, the scoopers, all of that stuff. Gourds are fun. All right, Minnesota midgets. These are ones that I saved out of my garden in South Bend. I have, it's probably a Clemson spineless okra pod here. I just might hand that to somebody. It's hard to say. Melon, Ginger's Pride. And these are really, really good melons, but they produce big melons, and I'm a small gardener. Here's some original Minnesota midgets. Quinoa, cherry vanilla. Where am I going to grow quinoa at? I don't even use quinoa. I like quinoa, but yeah. Corn, true gold, filled with sweet yellow kernels. Attractive ears are filled with sweet yellow kernels that have a fine flavor. The newer open pollinated corn is becoming a favorite in gardeners everywhere. Productive 75-day corn that has a great home and market variety. So not sure if that's a sweet corn or, yeah, I'm not sure. Leek, Bulgarian giant. That would be cool to grow too. Tomatoes, beefsteaks. Who doesn't love a beefsteak? My boyfriend does, but I'm like, I have solar flare, so these beefsteaks, send them on to somebody else who could use some plants. Burpee's Cherry Baby Hybrid. Not saying that there's anything wrong with those beefsteaks. I'm just saying I like to grow the colorful, weird things you can't buy in the grocery store. Super Sweet 100 hybrids. There's like 2 seeds left in that bag. Tomatoes, Rutgers, and I've got some Rutgers growing out there. Those are saladettes, and some of mine have grown to be slicer size. A lot of them are saladette. Not what I was looking for when I planted them, so I'm going to pass those on. Their flavor is divine though, and they are super productive. Tomato, Big Daddy Hybrid. Tomato, Steak Sandwich Hybrid. And then the wasabi Japanese radish, which that's just too much radish flavor for me, as much as I love radish. But I never tried roasting them, so maybe they're just fine like other roasted radishes. Then celery. I don't have room to grow celery, and I've tried to grow celery, and it's hard to grow. So I'm going to pass that along to somebody else. And hopefully you have better luck than me, because I love celery, and I would love to try those varieties. Just this girl can't. So I got seeds to bring, and I'm going to split them up and just start handing them out. And I have 2 puppies, and my sister has some Australian Shepherd Blue Heeler, Texas Heeler mixes that I think she's going to come with and try to sell. They're beautiful. They got all kinds of colors. They're so pretty. So we're excited to come, and we will see you there, and I would love to meet you. My name is Mackenzie. I might look like this. I might be all dolled up. I might be in cowboy boots. I don't know. I wear many hats, literally. So I love you, and so does Jesus. God bless.